I want a car that drifts, not a drift car. What's up, everybody? Simple with Final Bout. So today we're gonna be checking out one of the driver's cars from Final Bout. We're gonna be looking at Collin. So he's on Team Oblivion. He's from Texas. We're gonna take a look at his car. So what we're gonna do is kind of put you guys behind the eyes of what the judges look at, right? So at Final Bout, what we do is 50% car show, 50% driving. On the car show side, it's actually a lot more complex than just, hey, yeah, whatever, it's a cool car. We break it down into 4 different categories. So we look at the paint and exterior. So for there, we want to look at like the body kit that people are using, their liveries, if they have one, what little details do they have on the exterior, and just like the overall fitment and like the way they style things together. Then another category is we look at interior. So we want to see their interior side, right? There's a lot of different ways you can put together interiors. You can do the race car style where it's furry gutted, but it's all painted. Got all these nice little pieces and panels. Or you can go full OEM where you go, you know, the old 90s, 2000s JDM style. Then we also have a wheel and wheel fitment. So for that category, we're looking at like what wheels do they have? What's the fitment like? Tire sizing, camber, the ride height. So we look at that general area. The last category is engine bay. So again, this is kind of like the interior where it's like it could be through a race car or it could be like OEM, or we look at kind of the sum of the parts and how that works. And every judge does everything differently. Some people prefer the race car styling. Some people prefer like the full OEM style. But we do that out of 10. But we're gonna go through this car, go through Collin's car, and we're gonna break it down by each category. But what I want you guys to do is, as we're going through these, comment down below what you guys would score this guy for his, you know, for those 4 categories, right? So exterior, rear and wheel fitment, interior, and engine bay. So rate each of those categories out of 10, put it down below, and we'll see if you get what these guys got. So introduce yourself. What's your name and where are you from? My name's Collin Grenard. I'm actually from Lafayette, Louisiana, originally. So the first time I met you was at USA, right? I think you had the E36, right? Yeah, but now you got this. So tell us, what is this? What you got here?
So this is a 1991 Silvia Q's, fully redone, basically.
The fun about, obviously, you know this because you've been judged a bunch of times. We always judge everything by different categories. So let's like start talking about the exterior, right? So first of all, obviously an S13 Silvia, but this isn't like your typical just a Vertex kit. Like, so what body kit do you got on the exterior right now?
So this is a J-board kit.
Oh, right.
I didn't even know they still made it. I found their Photoshop.
It's actual like from Japan J-blood.
God damn, well,
Wait, is there a J-blood? Oh, they still made it either.
Yeah, we just, my buddy started doing containers, and I was like, hey, I'm really interested in this kit, but I'm sure you can't get it. And he's like, let me see if I can find it. That Windows 95 website still works.
And it's full kit, right? For your sides and rear? Now, wait, but you only have one kit? Or like, what are you gonna do when what you've done today?
I'm gonna need another one.
It's supposed to say it's stock right now, and he's doing a bunch of runs, and he's already got a little damage on the side there, but you know, it is what it is. That's how that works. And then is this a factory black?
This car was imported back in 2016. And I'm like the 4th US owner of it. It was just a Q, so like no one really wants to do anything with it. So it sat and faded in the sun. So I just had it resprayed factory black, just for now. I have some plans for that later, but
okay, now that works. That works. And then, yeah, obviously it came with the brakes, I'm assuming, right? Q's are always brakes. Oh, was it projectors before?
Yeah, it was originally a triple projector car, but I had to have brakes.
So I'll say one important thing, you know, I'm a Silvia owner too, and I am always the fault of this is bumper lights, people. Make sure to put your bumper lights in because this makes a massive difference. Another car,
that's important.
Yeah. So, you know, stop putting in bash bars and then not being able to put bumper lights. I'm guilty. Don't worry, I'm guilty of this, but I need to do it. I mean, so like, I know this styling because I've been around, but this is like not your typical what most people build, right? Like my Silvia looks way different. It's got a bunch of different things, but yeah, you've got like a very old school, like what kind of era were you going for? And what is the kind of styling that you've done with it?
Originally it was like 01, like super like first events, you know, if you want like 01. It's kind of moving more towards like 2002, 2003 now. Tried to always build it like 4 specific eras.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. You can't perfectly get it.
But, and I mean, like, you know, one thing I always say, and people always ask, how do you get into Final Bout, blah, blah, blah. It's like, it's a weird thing because it's not the sum of parts. Like, you could just write, he could write, I want a J-blow bumper, I want this. But, like, you got to put all these, like, little pieces together and, like, certain things work without certain things. Like, you could have thrown a BN kit on it, but it might not work with this like wheel size, like, and even like you were just telling me earlier, but like the way you've done your camera, right? Like you've done different things on the styling. It's not your typical 8 degrees up front and 0 in the back.
So I've always had E36s, as you know, before this.
Yeah.
But I've always wanted S13 coupe. It was always my like car.
Yeah.
So since I started drifting when I was like 13.
Yeah, which is crazy. I think the first time I met you was like 16, 17, I think. Well, when you're at US there.
I think so.
And then they won a competition that we had. So very good driver.
Yeah, so I did the E36 thing, but I always wanted this. So over the years, I just put together parts that I knew I wanted, like Z2s. I knew I wanted this hood. I knew I wanted.
Yeah, what is this hood now?
That's a Sabon.
Okay, Sabon. Oh, sick. Yeah.
I knew I wanted, some sort of way like that. And those tail lights, I looked for those.
Oh, sure. You check out the rear and see these tail lights. I mean, yeah, these look like they're straight out of like some, import magazine from way back in the day. So what are these?
Their brand, Good Go. I remember, so like when I first started drifting, you could buy these on eBay, but now, I mean, no one really sells them anymore. You just can't find them.
Yeah.
So it took me about a good year of searching.
Now they're kind of sick. A lot of people don't like the El Tuzza style, but yeah, this is sick. Yeah, no cars like back in the day. Every car had a Tuzza style taillights, but yeah, nobody does it anymore. But even this part of the air, this wing, where's the actual like wing body?
This wing is well, it's a no-name wing from Yamaha, and it was $20.
Oh. Did it come with the mounts, or did you make these?
It came with that, yeah.
Really? These are like good.
The listing was like GT wing, no brand, good condition.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, that works for me.
Interesting. Okay. And then you mentioned earlier you got Z2s. So
Yeah, size of these are 17.9, 17.9.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so another category that we do obviously is going to be wheel and wheel fitment. So, we were just talking about it earlier. You mentioned you're not the typical what people are doing fitment wise, right? Like, so what's the reason on why you do this for fitment and didn't want to go with the, like, I don't know, I hate the term sometimes, the hot boy style that everybody says, right?
I want a car that drifts, not a drift car. Like, I don't want it to look like a drift car, with -8 camber. Like, I want it to just look like a street car.
Yeah, I mean,
You could see racing
that feeling, like drifting, I don't know. To me, drifting isn't supposed to make sense.
Yeah,
So, like, you should do whatever makes sense in your head and then go drifting, right? Like,
absolutely.
it's not supposed to, like, I have stupid heavy wheels on my car. It doesn't, like, it's not supposed to drift nice, and it doesn't, but
Yeah.
you figure it out.
No, I mean, I wasn't sure I was gonna drive like this, but it's honestly fine.
So yeah, another category. So we looked at his exterior. We looked at the wheel and wheel fitment. Another category we do is engine bay. So on the engine bay side, right, there's so many different ways you can do stuff. You can go the race car style with top mount turbos, or you can go this, simple street style, or just how OE looked, which seems to be kind of where he's at.
So yeah, maybe tell us a little bit about the motor. It'll beat any Mustang. So it started out, it was just a wet top SR sitting at my buddy's house. So I bought it, and I knew it was pretty rough. D-Spec, when they had rebuilt it for me, it was still good enough to rebuild to stock specs.
Yeah.
So it's still stock pistons, rods, coated, Tomei head gasket, S14, oil pump,
Oh, yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
And then just a refresh head.
Is that a Silk Road manifold, or what is that?
That is a Alibaba manifold.
Oh, really? Interesting.
It's Eagle White though, and it works. So.
No, I like it. It's a cool little look from bottom mount's always cool. I'm about to switch from bottom mount, but I still love my bottom mount people.
Yeah.
Anyway, you have working AC? Oh damn! See, I'm jealous.
Yeah,
That was a bit
thing. It was stuck on heat for a while, but I fixed it recently, and that changed my life.
Damn. Is it converted, or is it still, what is it, R12 or whatever?
I it's a converted, but it works good enough.
Okay, sick. No, that'll help.
No, but with this car, I mean, there's a couple brands like I tried to stay with.
Yeah.
So like Blitz, there and stuff but like mainly Blitz.
As I'm looking at your car, the way you put it together, there's like a lot of little attention to detail, a lot of thought, right? Like the fact that you're using a bunch of Blitz parts, or the fact that we didn't talk about, but you got the Uraz corners, you got, the J Blood, like these are all like pretty interesting names, and they're not just, yes, the wing is from technically Yaj, right? eBay kind of thing, but like then everything else, like there's a lot of little attention to detail on how it works. Then it's also modern because you got R8 coils, right? I think.
Yeah, so that wasn't originally my plan. When I built it, I was like, stock ECU. I had like timing issues and stuff, so I don't know. not tired of messing with it, so I did yeah, the Haltech 1500 trigger kit, RA coil.
You did the trigger kit too. Okay.
Yeah, full radium, all the way back, even the hanger.
Yeah, plus you did the E85, so you kind of had to do the fear system thing.
Well, once you do a standalone, like you gotta do the pieces.
But I mean, you've wrapped it up pretty well, where it's like just looking at it, I'm just like, yeah, this is an SR. It's a pretty simple, minus the coil packs, right? But aside from that, could be a Power C, it could be stock ECU generally. Yeah, let's check the interior. So the last category that we always look at, right, is interior. So again, this is kind of similar to engine bay, where you can either go crazy race car, gutted, blah blah blah, or you can go full interior and like the little bits and pieces. So tell us a little bit, what seat, what you've got on the interior, what's going on with it.
So yeah, so interior is pretty simple. Blitz gauges. I tried to go for like blue, to keep the theme of the car. Red Z2. Yeah, I tried to keep it simple and keep it all sort of matching.
But yeah, I mean, pretty basic, like nothing crazy, right? On your interior, just kind of works. Yeah, got AC, got all your panels, everything is clean. So you had an E36, but how's driving right hand versus left hand?
Honestly, I like it better. I just, like a week before I bought this car, I saw my sim over.
Yeah.
To kind of get used to it, and by the time I bought it, it was like nothing.
Yeah, I've found all my friends that have had both all say they prefer right-hand drive. It just feels better.
The thing Rita's too is like, yeah, so easy. The real thing with the right-hand drive, like, I wanted this car for so long, I figured I might as well just do it all the way.
Yeah. So now that makes sense. And then one last question is, what's I mean, I know where this type of stuff from, but what's up with the Advan, the 141?
Well, honestly, I bought a real one.
Yeah.
And the last number they had was 141. So I just made those.
I didn't even know you could buy those things. I just thought you printed it on your own and just did it.
No, I bought like one real one, but it's made out of like cardstock, so it wouldn't last. So I just had it kind of remade and printed on something else.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, for, the viewers back at home, right? So a lot of Japanese competitions, they typically do some sort of number like this. So D1, all of those, they put a big plastic card on the side of it and kind of throw that number on there. So it's always a cool little like tidbit and just something that they do. But it's also one of the reasons FinalBot never does number cards, because a lot of drivers like having their own little things. So we're just like, we'd like to keep people having their own individuality and not plaster a giant banner on your car or anything crazy. We try and put that away just so everyone has, because like this little detail is sick and I love it and it works with the era, but we want to make sure that we don't take that away. But it's great to see cool car like that, because again, talking about FinalBot, people are like, in order to make it in the FinalBot, I need a livery. Like, you don't have one. You have a place card on your sticker or a placard on your ticket to my car. Yeah, and like this is an example of a car that's great for FinalBot with nothing super crazy on the power. What does it make, like 300s maybe on E or something like that?
Yeah, it's about 260 on 93 and 280 on E.
Yeah.
I turned it way down just so I wasn't anywhere near any sort of like limit.
Yeah, and that's always works. These are the things that I love about, just like something simple. Even, the air freshener on the dash. Real simple, like chill car, but yeah, it's sick. And it's just something you can cruise around. I'm guessing you street ride this thing now regular. Yeah. Perfect thing with AC. Yeah, I'm jealous. Anything else you want to tell us about the car? Or actually, one thing I didn't ask you, what team do you drive for? I never mentioned that.
I drive for Team Oblivion.
Yeah, the boys. So yeah, they've made it out to FinalBot a couple times, but Team Oblivion. Hopefully you guys will be back out at USR at some point in time.
Absolutely, yeah.
Man, no, thank you for showing us your car. Love it. Yeah, if you want to check him out, we'll put his Instagram down below or whatever. We'll put it somewhere here and then tag him. But yeah, check it out. Check out his stuff. And yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, sick.
The capacity.